Previously on Around the World with me, Della Michelle.
The tribe called Samaka.
Samaka.
Yes, and the leader was Adu. Edu, you call it. Well,
you call it Adu.
He was a strong man too, of one of the big tribes.
Adu.
Cut Kwasi. Ear. Yes, ear.
And totem. Ghana, right?
I know.
It's a name, Kwesi.
We have Kwajani.
Kwajani.
Yes, we have Kwajani. We have Ajako.
Ajako.
Yes, we have Yaba.
Hey guys, before we get into the episode, a little fun fact about Suriname. So Suriname is the smallest independent country in South America, both in terms of size and population. So despite its small population, Suriname is an ethnically diverse country with multiple religions, languages, and of course, cultures. The official language of Suriname is Dutch, a legacy of the Dutch colonial rule. Most of our names, Ghanaian names, found in Suriname.
Yes, I thought so it's here I discovered that it is not only Ashanti names, but you have Ga names, you have Ewe names, you have Fanti names. Because what language have Akroma?
Akroma is a tree. It's tree.
It's tree.
Yes.
That is my uncle's name.
Yeah. You know, Akroma is a name for a bird.
I hear it's hard. It means
Akoma.
Akoma.
Yes.
Yes.
Akoma.
Yes.
It's
That's a chief of a village name.
Akoma.
Akoma. And his sister name was Kune. And I saw Kune.
Okay.
I saw that name here too, as a last name. We have Doku.
Doku,
Who was an auntie of my name.
It's a female name?
It's a female name, but we have it as a first name.
Okay.
We have it as a last name here.
Same name here.
Yes.
My boss is called Doku.
Doku.
What is Doku?
That is my auntie of my family name.
Well, I think if it's going to be a first name, they have it Dokuya.
Dokuya.
Yes.
Okay.
Dokuya for their accounts. So you hear a first name Dokuya.
Dokuya.
You know, yes.
Okay. But I believe they wanted to make a point in Suriname because there's a village we call Ajumakonde. You have it here as Ajumako.
On the way to the center.
I saw it. I saw it. And you have a village name called Danso.
Yes.
It was my father auntie's name.
He has the same name too.
Okay. But that was her first name.
That's her first name.
You have name Apia.
Apia, yes.
We have it too in a village, my father's village.
First name.
First name, it was first name, but now it's a family name because that group now has the chieftaincy of the village.
Okay.
They were three sisters.
Okay.
And you have a name here called, I saw it in Tamale.
Really?
They have this festival called Damba.
Damba Festival, yes.
It's a last name in my country. You have Tamale as a region.
Tamale, yes.
We have a village named Tamale.
Tamale. Wow.
I never knew it was Ghanaian.
It's a whole,
it's a whole
capital.
region, but they call that village Tamale. But because of the Dutch, they call it Tamarin.
Tamarin.
Because of the Dutch.
Wow.
And the Buku, Buku, I believe Bukum is where the Bonis, the Ga, and so is in the river. So that is where the fourth name Buku. So it is still a tourist attraction.
Wow.
For Suriname. It's very sacred because the creek that leads to this swamp, they say sometimes you hear people singing and dancing in the waters, and when we pass by that river, no one should talk.
Wow.
My parents would say, hey, we are passing by Buku. Keep your mouth shut.
Wow.
And you won't talk. When we pass by, and then you talk. So to come back to the knot.
Yes, the knot, yes.
The knot has something to say about moral.
Moral.
Your moral. If you have a very good moral,
Yeah.
and you know the protocols of life, you're polite, you're everything, you have this tie.
You have the
Yes, flat.
okay.
So they call it Kyo.
Kyo.
Kyo Koko.
Coco.
Yes,
Coco
Kyo
name.
Koko. Yes, my cousin of mine name is
It's
Koko as
Yes,
well.
a guy name here, Coco.
Jesus. I don't want to
know,
say
they can't
anything anymore because I even hear Apioko.
Yeah, a Pioko.
Well,
Yeah.
I was introduced to someone who say I'm Apioko girl.
Yes, yes.
Well, it's a man's name in Suriname. It's not a. It's a man's name in Suriname,
Yes.
Apioko.
Yes.
He can dance.
Wow.
That man can dance. Apioko.
Yeah.
So I know his relatives, and you see, and I believe it's Ga as well.
Yes, yes.
Come on.
A Pioko is more of Ga Adange. You know, so we have the Ga and then we have the Ga Adange. So they speak more of like towards the Krobo, you know, area. So their language is quite different. But yes, this Apioko is actually a name, and I think she's actually a TV presenter
Yes.
in Ghana.
Yes, and Apioko, she said, means gold. Gold.
Yes.
I love you, Ghanaians. I never knew that Suriname has preserved so much. And when you don't put the knot like this, if it go different, they say it's chicken butt, impolite. You don't have manners.
Manners.
Yes. So in our language, they say fogogo.
Fogogo.
Yes. Fogogo. So, but that is Kyo Koko. Kyo Koko meaning you have manners, all the good protocols, you have everything, a good upbringing.
You know the four Gogo that you just mentioned. If a guy wants to say if four, which means bad, and four is in yours, so it's just a part of the
bad thing.
So it's, bad.
But I heard some bad things here too. I had my phone open. Someone sent me a voice message, and the driver asked me, "Ambassador, do you know we have this word in Ghana too? Sakasaka.
Saka.
It has the same meaning.
It's a Ghana word.
Low level.
Yeah, Saka.
That is, if they call you Sakasaka,
Yeah.
you're angry. You don't want someone to call you Sakasaka.
Yeah.
You see?
The guys, they use it as insult.
It's insult.
Yes. When a guy
It's an insult.
is blasting you on full blast, they say, oh,
When
where's Saka?
Suriname, African Surinamese people, when they call you Sakasaka,
Yeah.
meaning you're good for nothing.
Yeah.
If you're a Sakasaka husband,
Yeah.
you're good for nothing.
Yeah.
If I want to tell you your husband is a Sakasaka, meaning he's
Nothing.
He's worth nothing, you will get angry at me.
Yeah.
And then the other word as well has the same meaning as in Ghana, chobo.
Chobo.
Yes. If you say chobo money,
Chobo.
yes.
Yes.
When you say chobo money,
Chobo bribe.
yes. That's the same meaning.
That's the same meaning.
Oh yes. And when I want
Hey.
to call my brother's name, like they tease me or say, I say you chobo face.
Wow.
Right? So
Wow.
they know, one of them was like, if I tell you chobo face, big sis, would you love it? I say, no, I'm your big sister, so I can tell you, but you can't not tell me. He says, you see, this is how big sisters are.
Yeah.
But the thing is, when someone have money that is not good, I say, I don't want anything to do with chobo money.
Yeah. Yeah. That's what it's bribe. So for instance, when they send you, we use it all the time. So when they send you, for instance, they give you a list, and then it's going to cost, let's say, 500 Ghana cedis, and then you inflate the price to 600. You say, oh, mechanic trouble. Like,
Yes, chobo. Yes. And these are words that I never ever thought were. I know we speak, we have African words, but I never thought it had a link with Ghana gang, because in my mind The link we have is only with the Akan, the Ashantis, the warriors, because we are warriors fighting slavery, so we cannot. But it seems like the whole of Ghana, because even the Gamanche, well, that is the paramount chief, the paramount, the paramount of all chiefs is the Gamang in Suriname.
Gamang?
Yes. So we have 6 Gamang, 6 tribes, and each one of them is headed by a Gamang.
Depending on how, for us, when it comes to the accents, which also plays a role. So when yours is Gama, but ours is Gamang.
Gamang. Well, always is this.
Which means the town. So welcome to Gamang.
Gamang.
So welcome to the Gan town or the Gan community, like Gamane. So we say Gamashi, which means this is the Gan town. This is the Gan community, Gamashi. And then we have, so that's how it is the Man. Man meaning town. So the ruler of the town, Manche.
Okay. Yeah. Well, we just say the ruler of the tribe.
So you say Gamang.
Gamang.
Okay.
So I didn't know that you had that type of title in Ghana.
Yeah.
You see, so there is so much similarities going on between Suriname and Ghana, and especially the Ghana group is a discovery that I never thought it was there. Even the Cromantine, is it also a Ghana town or Cromantine or just central? The Cape Coast area.
It's central.
It's central.
Yes.
So it's more the Fanti. So because we have a language called Kumanti.
You have a language called Kumanti?
Kumanti is a coded language.
Wow.
So if we see it as a fetish language, but it's not. It is, this are the languages of Africa that they coded so that no one else will hear you, understand, and so. And in that language, I came to Ghana 25 years ago at the Panafest. And I went to a gospel festival at the Elmina Castle in the nighttime. And then I heard a word that I regarded to be from, not good, like satanic word. And then I heard them praising the Lord, and I heard that word. So I asked the girl that was our protocol person, because I came here with 4 Gamang, and I was then a young scientist because I was working with the Ministry of Planning, and it was my project for cultural exchange, one of my projects. So I came and also to do a research, what similarities there are still between us. And then I heard that word, but you pronounce it differently, but it has the same meaning.
Same meaning?
Yeah, same meaning. That is Kejampong, and you say Twejampong. And we say Kejampong. Yes, it's the God that created everything and so. And I was cursing my cousin because I'm a born-again Christian, so every morning he will call me, he say, Fedelia Kejama Kejampong. And I was like, in Jesus' name I rebuke you. But when I came, it's a gospel. Then I heard the word he was using. And then I asked the girl, and he says, the God that created everything. And so I was like, wow. And Nana was used in Suriname as Nana is the name of God.
Nana is the name of God.
That is how we understood it was. So they were, and the word Medasi is the word that I would not use too, because it's fetish.
It's fetish?
Yes.
Wow.
And that is the Kumanti language.
The Kumanti that you were making reference to?
Yes, the Kumanti language, because they are the one using it. And they have even a song, Medasi Nana, Medasi Nanao, Medasi Nana. And then they will say Kijama, Kijampo. They will add up, and they still speak stuff. So for me, come on, I'm not using. So when I heard it in the Gospel Festival in 1997, and a girl told me, when I went back home, I called my brother, my cousin, and I'm way old, much older than him. I was his lecturer at the university, so he was in his teenage years, and he used to tease me with that, knowing I'm a Pentecostal Christian. And I called him, I said, did you know that was the meaning? He laughed at me. He knew it, but he didn't want to tell me. So he never greeted me with that word again, because now I know. Even insu is in that language. Insu is water, sea water. Yes, they call it swamp water. Insu. Po insu is swamp water, but here is sea water. So all these words are in the Kumanti language.
Wow. It's just been an amazing conversation,
Thank you.
with regard to the similarities and the differences. And for me, it's even much intriguing because of the words.
Yes.
And the words that we have, and some having the same meaning and some having opposite meaning.
Yes.
In Suriname, but it shows clearly that we are one.
We are one. I thank God for being here. Because the diaspora policy of Ghana is very strong. Especially the monument they have at the UN in 2019. I went there with, there were four countries involved: Trinidad and Tobago, Jamaica, United States, and Suriname. I formed that group because we want to unite as indigenous peoples, because you're indigenous in Africa, and when they enslave you, it doesn't take your indigenous identity. So we wanted to fight for that identity, because the United Nations has an Indigenous Peoples Forum, but the Maroon people were not invited to that forum. So, and then we were advocating, because when you go there, you see the African indigenous people like yourself, and then in the Americas, you have the natives. But those who went and lived as they used to live in the continent, they forced them out of it. You want to be part of it as well. And these are the Maroons of the Americas. So what we did, we had a group, Maroon Women Chamber. Why chamber? Because she is the one that is giving birth to both men, boys and girls. So that is the chamber of the Maroon women. So men are not excluded. So it's a equality stuff. So we went there and we took picture at the monument of the Way of Return.
The Way of Return.
Return. That was the Ghana government. It was a gift to the United Nations, and we went there and took picture, which was historic. So, and the diaspora outside of Ghana is still looking, as you said in the beginning. They are still looking, and as an ambassador representing all the ethnic groups, because it's a compilation, or I don't know. I'm not English, I'm Dutch, so you help me. It's a compilation of Asians and Africans and natives in Suriname. So you have Chinese, Indians, Indonesians, you have Koreans, we have Japanese, and we have Japanese. So, and we have the African descendants in Suriname and the nations. But when you come into Africa, and Africa speaks of the diaspora, you have to expose to Africa what is there. Even in that, we talk about the names, and so even the foods are still there. So I believe if we might talk again, we might talk about the food.
Into the food.
So right now are the words. And one of our heroes in Suriname is called Boni.
It's called Boni.
And
whilst we were speaking,
and Kwaku.
Kwaku? Kweku?
We have a statue of Kwaku in town.
Wow.
When it is the 1st of July, Emancipation Day, people go to pour libation. As I have this staff. You see, it has a hole. It's the libation hole. Even if it is water or alcohol, when the leader walks with the staff, they put it in and pour libation to the ancestors. Not everybody does it because we have Christians, we have Muslims, we have everybody. But those who keep to the standards and the way the ancestors used to, whenever you have water in, you pour it first, give the ancestor water first, and then you drink.
You drink from this as well?
You drink it. You pour it and drink it. And that's it.
You know, with the nut, I just remembered that's how the Voltarians, usually the men, that's how they tie their cloths.
Okay.
So you go to the Volta region, you'd see them with the cloths, you know, tied the way you have the nuts and the way it's I think some Akans even do that. Yeah, just a little. But it's very dominant in the Volta region. So it's just been an amazing, an amazing conversation and an insightful one. Thank you. Because that's what we always seek to do. Yes. When it comes to culture, sometimes people feel that you have to really travel to appreciate, you know, but also you can be here and just research and getting to know and interaction. That's the thing, like constant interaction with people from other countries would always give you that enlightenment.
But there is a, how do you call it? We are working on something that I also discovered together with Ghanaians. A special group, but I don't want to talk before the king. There is a king here in Ghana, a certain tribe that has discovered their people in Suriname when I came here. I had a function with a certain group, and then this king came and started singing the song. And I had visitors from Suriname, and one of them that comes from that group outside of Ghana. So because I don't want to disclose it before the king, because out of respect for the king, to tell its own people in Ghana, say, hey, I found the group that still sing the song that group was singing when they were in the fort where they kept them. They sing the song, and the song is still there in Suriname, that they are still singing in that particular clan.
So if we have to take 5 things, you know, like 5 major highlights from today's conversation with regard to Suriname, the similarities, the words and all that, what would those 5 major highlights be for you?
Well, for me, is the similarities with the gang.
With Ghana,
similarities with Ghana, and the names, the meanings of the names that I didn't even know, and that Ghana exposed it, and it is the same. Those who have the same meaning, right? And what struck me as well, apart from the songs, the signs.
The signs.
Yes, the signs that goes out there that you see, like, hey, this sign, as you just told me, the nuts, it's a sign of belonging to Ghana. The sign of belonging. So the belonging identity is very, very important, because you know, in diaspora, you call yourself African still. But when you come to Africa, Africa tell, oh, you are like us. You don't say you are us. But the signs and the way you put the knot and the way you can just identify with Voltarian, you can identify with some part of the Akan tribe and some part of the Ga. It's amazing. It's amazing. And the names of places is also one. It's not just the meaning, the names of places in Ghana, like the Dukum River is the Duku. Bukum, Bokum River, and we have the fourth Buku.
Yes.
So meaning there is a place that someone come from that they want to remember.
Yeah.
You see, so these names, the place they came from.
Yeah.
Sometimes you don't even have to go to do the blood thing to know whether you are a Ga or a Ewe, because maybe you start with an Ewe and end up with a Ga because of the generations and the blood fade away, and they say, I don't belong to the Ga, but when you have the Ga name, you know where you belong.
You know where you belong.
So the belonging identity is, and that is the name of the place and the names of the tribe, to know I belong to that tribe. Like my Gamang, his name, one of our Gamang, because a Gamang is for everybody in the country. So it's not owned by me. It doesn't matter what tribe or tribal or non-tribal, he is ours. One of them is Bono, and Bono tribe is in Ghana. So it gives you it indicates that the Bonos were also forced. The Bono were forced away
in Ghana. So,
from.
They are around the Bono region, so they have the whole Bono region.
Well, that is a name of a traditional hula. The over, the one that keeps is on top, is the king of the tribe with 14 clans. You see, so I think I reached the fifth one.
Yes,
I think so.
You did. I know that there's more. There's more that we can discuss, and I'm looking forward to that. I think that our next discussion, we are going to explore the food part, because I know you do Gary.
Oh yes,
you eat a lot of Gary. Kwaka.
Yes.
That's how you call Gary.
Yes.
Kwaka.
Yes.
And you use it. I think our last conversation you mentioned that you have the Gary cake. Was it the Gary?
Oh yes, we have the cake of cassava.
Okay.
We have different type of. I think we need to keep it for another conversation.
Oh yes. Oh yes.
So because yesterday a name I called for someone, Popo. Do you know Popo?
Yeah, it's Popo.
It's a food.
Yes.
Well,
for the Gans. It's actually.
I don't want to hear the Ga anymore, because that is a special food of the Maroon.
And it's a special food for the Gans.
Jesus.
It actually was what they eat. So the Gans have a festival in the month of August.
I want a Popo festival with the Ga.
It's called the Homowo festival.
Homowo,
which means put in a tanga.
Yeah.
And Popo, what you call
Popo,
we call it Popo. So, or some will say Pekele. You hear Pekele or Popo. It's what we eat. It's a traditional meal. So it's eaten once a year by Gans. It's yellowish in color, you know, and it's usually eaten with palm nut soup with a lot of fish in it, because it was telling a story about how they were hungry back then, and maize or corn was what was available to them. So that food, usually you see the chiefs sprinkle it around in communities. It's a whole festival that I hope you'll be in Ghana for.
Well, I didn't know Popo came from the Ghana.
Yeah.
I thought it was a special food name for the Maroon group. And the Maroon groups in Suriname. It's a soup as well.
Yeah.
And it's a soup made with cassava.
With cassava?
Yes. Wow. With cassava flour, and they call it Popo, or they call it afingi. And they say it is a maroon. Then caffeinol, you can say, is a maroon paracetamol. Hey. When you eat it, you get better from fever.
I can't wait to
and you eat it with pepper. You put pepper. You put pepper in the soup. When you eat it, they say your head gets fire. It's like fire burning in your.
Can we experience this together? Can we experience this?
Yes.
Oh, listen. So
because I can cook it.
Oh, really?
So one day, and one of my Ghanaian child ate it, and he was like, "Mommy, I love it."
I'm looking forward to it. So what we're going to do is that we will have the same kwakwa.
Yes.
Gary.
Yes.
We'll do a different variation of foods that we use Gary for here in Ghana. I don't know if you tried Gary Photo.
No, not yet.
So we have Gary Photo here in Ghana, and I think we also have It's eaten actually by the Voltarians. I literally had some yesterday. Tapioca. Yes, tapioca. So it's made from cassava as well, and then you eat it with coconut. Sorry. So the hard coconut, it's like a snack. So it goes together. And then we'll have that.
I want to. I'm so excited because now the district of Para is the district where the airport is.
Yeah.
We have we have a product there with cassava, coconut in it, and you can put honey in it. Wow. It's like a cracker. We eat it, and it is very, very nice. It's at the airport. When you come there, they can sell it to you, and so as a cracker, and it's filled in with coconut and with how do you call this thing is I have the Dutch name in my head. Ananas. Pine.
Okay. Ananas,
yes.
Pine.
Ananas.
Okay. Listen, if you want to be part of this next conversation I'm going to have with Her Excellency Fedelia, listen, you have to stay with us. That is how similar Ghana is to Suriname. And today we just explored basically the culture, the languages, the words that are used in both countries, and there's so much similarities.
Yes.
You know, and she gave her 5 highlights. If you want to look at those highlights, go back and then listen to the 5 highlights. But we're going to have a food face off, or is it a food off? You know, so we'll have Suriname food, we'll have Ghana food. Gari is the main one that you have, right? Gari is your main staple?
No, Gari and much more.
And much more.
Much more.
Right.
The fufu, you call it fufu. Yeah. We have fufu with plantain and fufu with cassava. Right?
It's a date. It's a food date.
Yes.
That's what we're going to have. A food. Listen, when it gets to food, I'm so excited.
Yes.
It's
fufu with okra and plantain soup. Yes.
Wow.
The okra and peanut soup.
Okay, we will do the peanut. Yes, with peanut.
We do everything with peanut that Ghana doesn't do.
Yeah.
The peanut rice. Have you ever eaten peanut rice?
So we'll have that face off. Let's keep that. Let's keep our viewers in suspense. So please go ahead, subscribe, like, and share. But today my guest has been Her Excellency Fedelia Grand Gallon, and she is the ambassador to Suriname here in Ghana.
To Ghana, in Suriname. The ambassador of Suriname to Ghana.
So yes, we've had a conversation, and now our next one is going to be the face-off. I know you're excited about it. I'm excited too. Don't forget to like and share, comment, and let's just get more interactive. See you in our next episode. My name is Della Michelle. Thank you for your company. Thank you.
Thank you.